Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Z. My name is Zamil Solanki, and it's an absolute pleasure to be joining each and every one of you again on another episode. Now, it's been a hot minute in regards to putting out an episode of Tea with Z. So it's been just over a week since we last had an episode. And today, what I really wanted to talk to you was about breaking routine, but also breaking routine and then stepping back into a routine as well. Now, we all know that each and every one of us have some sort of a routine in the morning, whether or not it's getting our kids ready for school, it's uh, exercising, meditating, affirmations, visualization, whatever it might be. When we start to look at our routine, we get into this habitual form of doing it. And as a result of that, when we break our routine, we sometimes feel a little bit uneasy. We sometimes feel like, oh, this doesn't feel too good. But then if we keep breaking the routine, then we start to create a new normal. Now, take, for example, going to the gym or exercising in the morning. We all know that we set the best intentions to exercise in the morning. And as you know, particularly following, say, New Year's resolutions, we all go gun ho and want to smash out a routine, smash out something that we can actually do and stick to. But we often find that we start to break that routine. And when we break that routine, well, what happens? How long does it take you to start to step back into that routine? What's the catalyst to really jump back into that routine? What's the motivation to jump back into the routine, or what caused you to break the routine to start with? And that's probably the most fundamental question, isn't it? When we look at a routine, when we break the routine, we kind of look at the effects. Well, I'm not doing this. Now I'm not doing this, but we don't really take a moment to understand why our routine broke in the first place. And without understanding why our routine broke in the first place, how can we address that and prevent that from happening again in the future? Now, for me, as you know, I get up and I put out these episodes of Tea with Z pretty often. Pretty much every single weekday. And as you know, we post an episode exclusively in the Limitless Network every single or most Fridays. And the details, if you are interested in that, are in the description box below. And when you look at, I guess, breaking routine or even sticking to a routine, as I mentioned before, it's really important that we go back and understand not just what the outcomes of those were. We all know if we break the routine. So, for example, I haven't done a Tea with Z episode, and I missed just over a week of Tea with Z episodes. Now, I know the outcome of that. Essentially, I didn't do an episode. I didn't actually get to stream and to connect with each and every one of you. But when I look back and go, well, why did I break that routine? I can actually understand and deep dive into the reasons for that and help to mitigate those reasons in the future. Now, we all know T with Z is something that we get up and we do, and I start to connect with each and every one of you. And some of you ask me, well, how does that work? Does it require a lot of planning and preparation? And yes, in the most part, it does. It does. And now, with a little one in the mix, but also other work, competing priorities, it does definitely sometimes get a little bit challenging. And we all know that. We all know that. Now, think about your own routine in the morning, whether, like I said before, it's gym, getting the kids ready for school, whatever it might be. Other competing priorities come up in place. But when we don't look at why we broke the routine in the first place and understand that, how can we ensure that we can stick to the routine when we start it back up again? As you know now, I'm jumping back again on another episode of Tea with Z. Now, I know hand on heart that there's going to be moments in time where I'm going to need to break the routine again, whether or not it's for work, for family, or for friend commitments. Because at the end of the day, I get up in the morning, and sometimes, as you would know, this is the peak time. And now with a little, with our own daughter and our own child, I definitely appreciate and understand the complexities of a morning routine. And so when we look back and go, well, why did I break the routine? Why did I break the routine? Well, I had competing priorities with work. It's as simple as that. I didn't plan. I didn't invest the time to actually pre-plan, pre-plan episodes so that I could stream them on the fly. I also didn't plan or mitigate for spotty Wi-Fi and internet connections. And as a result of that, I couldn't actually stream at a good quality. It actually kept on crashing. And as a result of that, I couldn't actually get out and stream. Now, that's going to be an issue as as I travel with work and as I do other things with my family and my friends. That's definitely going to be an issue. And as I travel, of course, these time zones even start to become an issue. The commitments that I have in the morning when I normally do T with Z will become an issue. And so what can I do now to start to look at ensuring I deliver this content frequently to each and every one of you? Now, I know hand on heart, T with Z's, like we're over 170 episodes of T with Z. And when we hit 200, we'll probably reevaluate what we're doing with T with Z. And as we know, that's what client planning is all about. That's what understanding and making a strategic plan is all about. But for now, I love doing T with Z with each and every one of you. But when you break your routine, the first thing you need to do is not look just at the outcomes. Oh, I'm not going to the gym anymore. Oh, I've given up on my diet. I'm not exercising anymore. But look at the actual cause. Now, you might be wondering why I'm talking about this today, because think about it in your own business. Think about it in your own healthpreneurial journey. If you do something and you've got it structured as a process or procedure or system, and that process, procedure, or system starts to fail, how often do you go back and review the cause of that failure? How often do you go back and investigate and understand where that system, process, or procedure started to break down? And as a result of that, how do you refine and plan and manage that process, system, or procedure for the future? So often we look at the outcome and we're very quick to judge that outcome and blame, and our ego starts to stand up. But how often do we go back and understand actually what happened? Where did the cracks start to form? And where did those cracks then turn into collapse? And without really stepping back in your business and looking at, a routine is similar to any standard operating procedure within your business, any standard process, any standard system that you use. And when that system breaks, when that system starts to show cracks, rather than waiting for those cracks to cause collapse, start to look at the reasons why and keep asking, why are these cracks forming? Not just focus on the symptoms of them. Because by focusing on the symptoms on that, we kind of get narrow-minded. We kind of get bogged down in those symptoms. And we start to actually look at those as actually the issues. But all they are symptoms of other issues that started maybe a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, even a decade ago in some cases. And so when you look at even breaks in routine, so even breaks in your own routine, how can you relate that to being breaks in your systems, processes, and procedures within your business? And things go wrong. So I want to leave you with that thought for today. Start to ponder on that as we start to enter what's almost a whole new month, a whole new dynamic in your business, a whole new quarter in your business, and see where you can start to look at refining your processes, procedures, and systems along the way, or even your own in your personal life. So that's it from me today. And like I did mention at the start, each Friday I post up, well, most Fridays I should say, I post up an episode of T with Z exclusively in the Limitless Network, and that's the details on your screen at the moment. So the details are also in the description box as well. So go and definitely head there, connect, and join a group of like-minded healthpreneurs looking to help improve the health and well-being of their communities all over the world. So that's it from me today. Have an absolutely incredible day. And stay safe, stay well, wherever you are. And I look forward to catching up with you on another episode of T with Z. Take care. Bye for now.